Om Namostute Vyasa Visala Buddhe Pullarvindaya Tapatra Netra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purna Prajvalito Jnanamaya Pradipa Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Dhanamulam Gurur Murti Pujamulam Guru Kripa Mantramulam Gurur Vakyam Mokshamulam Guru Kripa Hari Om Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah Sadguru Bhagavan Ki Jai Satchidananda Bhagavan Ki Jai Krishna Bhagavan Ki Jai Gita Mata Ki Jai Hari Om हम लोग श्रीमद् भगवद गीता का जो पंचम अध्याय का आखिरी जो 2-4 श्लोक रह गया हमारा, उसमें से कल हम क्या देखे थे याद बताओ। कल थोड़ा सा तो देखे थे और आज उसको अच्छी तरह देखेंगे। ओहो सॉरी आई फॉरगॉट। एनीवे शक्नोति हि वजः सोढुं प्राक् शरीर विमोक्षणात् काम क्रोधोद्भवं वेगं सयुक्तः ससुखी नरः। Who is happy in this world? Who has been able to withstand the force of the desires and anger, etc. at the time of course, throughout the life, and then only it will enable you to have some control over these dreadful enemies at the time of departure from this body. That is very, very important. We have to, or else it will direct us, means the soul who has left this body, all these will direct it in the subtle world according to their impulse, according to their momentum. They will control the direction of the subtle body. So it is most important. At the time of death, we must have little control over all these desires and all these attachment and anger, etc. And this is how it is said, at the time of death you must have positive, godly and sattvic thoughts, so that in the subtler realm you will enjoy, you will not suffer. Yukta means harmonized or steadfast in yoga or self-abiding. That is, we have seen yesterday, and then also we have gone through the 24th sloka also. Yantah sukhantara rama stathantar jyotirevajaha sajogi brahma nirvanam brahma bhuto dhigacchati. He gets eternal happiness, that is called bliss, who is established in the absolute truth. He becomes one with the truth and he enjoys that eternal bliss uninterruptedly, continuously merged in it. We were discussing about the honeybee yesterday, isn't it?
Yes.
And then we saw Lavante Brahma Nirvanam Risayaha Kshina Kalmasaha Chinna Dvedha Yatatanaha Sarva Bhutahite Rata. This also we have discussed a little. What did we see? Lavante Brahma Nirvanam Risaya Kshina Kalmasaha. All these great saints and sages who tried their level best, sincerely, honestly and continuously till the departure of the soul from this body. What did they try? What did they try? To control the senses, mind, intellect, and also prana, everything who have successfully controlled. And in the end, all these subside, that is called nirvana, and thereby all the sinful acts are forgotten as it were. It is not only conquered, it is forgotten forever. What is seen they don't know now. So in this way, they become one with, they become established in the absolute truth. And then what happens? What is the consequence? What are the indications of such a person? He has, of course, some great souls, they leave this body and become one with the Absolute. Some others, due to some natural laws of karma, they may not leave this body for some time, but yet they abide in that absolute truth blissfully, eternally, without being disturbed. They enjoy that bliss. So, in such cases, what will be the indications of such a person? How will he act? he will not have any doubt while doing something. Doing something means while doing his duties according to the situations, time and conditions, whatever comes by the way, every moment, neither they have any hatred nor they are any liking for all those objects or subjects or situations. They just go on playing the drama, as it were. They are not never concerned. And at that time, whether it is good or bad, whether it is sinful or good act, all these they don't have any doubts, because they don't see any dualistic world here. They have already obtained equal vision. So they see the indweller of all beings inwardly, outwardly. They become the witness of the body, senses, mind, etc., as they want to do according to the force of nature and situation and time. Let them do. What is that to me? He becomes unconcerned and unaware of all these bodily, physical actions. So, he loses any kind of doubts. He has no doubt at all. It is in other scriptures, means in other Upanishads and other such philosophical authoritative texts, it is also stated equally everywhere. Vidyate hridaya granthi chidyante sarva sansaya. If the attachment and tie-up, a tie with the absolute, with this body, there is a tie-up. Just as we compromise, we do some bond sign between the customers or the business people or government or the loan takers. There will be always some bond sign like that. There is a bond sign between the absolute and the limited, but individual persons. What is that? We are one and the same. So, this idea of I am the body starts from then on there. So naturally it is a tie-up. Now, as long as this tie is not untied, till then always there will be doubts. Because of this body identity, we have all the worldly problems. When body separates from the absolute, there is no tie. They are totally different from each other. Then whatever body does, it is by the nature, by the force of the trigunas, and by the senses, by mind, and the soul is never concerned. So in this way, he will not have any concern, no involvement. So he will not be influenced by it, and so he will not have any doubts, सारे शंका समाधान हो जाता है. There is one alone. There is no doubt in one. If there will be two, then only all sorts of doubts, complications, relationships, everything start. Chinna dvedha jatatmana, and he has already controlled the self. How to control the self? Can the self be controlled? No. The self has got different meanings in different contexts. Here the self means the body with the senses and this group, the mind and the intellect and prana, etc., everything, a group. This is called Atma. So it is under control. And then what happens? Sarva bhuta hite rata. Then whatever he does by the, either by the body or senses or mind or prana, whatever he does, he has got he will not have any selfish motive, nor any selfish desires to be fulfilled. So whatever he does, it becomes natural. And nature means universe, whole universe. So it is done without selfishness, means it is for all the universe. So that is how such a person is known as Sarva Bhuta Hite Rata. He is ever engaged in doing good to the others. Not to others means not limited others, it is unlimited others. Whole life, whatever he does, it is only for others, means whole, for the whole universe. He has no selfish end. Such a person is very, very rarely seen somewhere among billions and billions of beings who can do everything for everyone, not for himself. The sage rishis obtain absolute freedom or moksha, they whose sins have been destroyed. China kalmasaha. His sins have been destroyed. Because yesterday we have seen the meaning of sin. Sin means offending others or doing something harm to others. As long as you are self-centered, means body-centered, whatever you do, it will not be 100% perfect. Because body is limited, your desires are limited, so whatever you do, your actions will be limited and your result also will be limited. So how it can satisfy the unlimited universe? How it can? No way. That means as long as you are not one with the universality feeling, till then whatever you do, it is not 100% perfect. And when you have achieved that oneness with the absolute, all-pervading self, then whatever you do, it is for the whole universe. So you have no sin at all. It will not offend anyone. For example, body is whole or not for you. Your body is whole total, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Can you do any harm to your body, to any part of the body?
No.
Can you think anything against your body?
No.
Because you are the whole body.
Hmm.
You cannot think anything against the body which will offend your body or which will cause damage to your body. Isn't it?
Yes.
Can you eat your hand?
No.
But you can eat others, you can just catch others' hand when you are defeated by elderly people. When the children fight with the elderly people, they cannot do anything. Ah! That you can do, isn't it?
No.
No, people, children do it. When you have no other way out. But you cannot do so to your own body, isn't it? You, by no means you can cause any harm to your body. Similarly, when this universal being is the witness of the universe as a whole body, how can do any harm to anyone? That's how he is sinless. No sin has. Kshina kalmasaha. All the sins are destroyed into zero. Just as you are so kind to your body, so also that fellow means adorable fellow. Whatever he does, it is only for the good of others, good of whole universe. China kalmasa, that is the meaning. Chinna dvedha has got no doubts at all. All his self means all the group is under control. Group means body, senses, mind, etc. They are under control. So whatever he does, it is only for the good of the others. Now we shall see Kama Krodha Vijuktanam Yatinam Yatachetasam Abhito Brahma Nirvanam Vartate Viditatmanam. Kama Krodha Vijuktanam. He has controlled his desires and anger. This we have seen before also. So now also we bring the same point for discussion. Kama Krodha Vijuktanam. One who has thrown away all the such desires and anger and selfishness and all those enjoyment for the result of his actions, he has thrown away all these. Indirectly we can say he has renounced everything. He has no concern at all. Such a person, Yatinam, such an ascetic who has controlled everything, Jatachetasam, and he has controlled his chitta also, the storehouse of all the seeds. Did you come to Basist class today? There are so many things we discuss which is very useful for the children for their understanding. Next time when you come for 1 month.
Yes.
In your holiday time. Jatachetasam, one who have controlled, of those who have controlled their thoughts. Thoughts means the root of all the thoughts, the chitta, the subconscious mind. the storehouse. Abhito Brahma Nirvanam Vartate Viditatmanam. Absolute freedom or Brahmic bliss means absolute bliss exists on all sides for those self-controlled ascetics who are free from desire and anger, who have controlled their thoughts and who have realized this self. How controlling the thoughts only will serve all the purpose? How it can? You see, thoughts, the flow of the thoughts is known as mind. Mind is nothing, some particular, some object which can be seen differently from the flow of the thoughts. The flow, whole flow is known as mind. Have you seen Ganga?
Yes.
It is here only, isn't it? Because you saw it here. You cannot see Ganga at Haridwar, isn't it?
Mhm.
Come on.
Currently I am not seeing.
Have you seen Ganga at Rishikesh, Haridwar or elsewhere?
Yes.
How it can be?
Not now, before.
Acha. Did you see Ganga at Gangotri today?
Yes.
How it is possible? Huh? Ganga is there, Ganga is here, Ganga is there at Uttarkashi, Ganga is there at Rishikesh, Haridwar, Banaras, and Calcutta also. Everywhere Ganga is present. So how it can be? No, you are lying. Because Ganga is not one point or one spot. It is a flow. Flow of whatever you say, water or nectar or whatever it is. It is a flow, continuous flow. Ganga is present in the span of how many kilometers? What is the length of Ganga ji?
I don't know.
Huh?
1800.
18. Almost. From Mansarovar to Ganga Sagar, it will be at least 2500 to 2500. Almost, somewhat. 1800, we see it. Somehow measurement differs also. Now the Everest also is ever growing. Every 2-3 years it will be grown some centimeters or decimeters.
The whole Himalayas.
Yes, it is. It is growing. It is.
Tenfold mountain.
Yes, it is just like you.
Nail.
Every year you increase your height, isn't it? Child.
It is Youngfold mountain. It is called
Yes.
Yogagram.
Similarly, Ganga is not one spot or one.
2500.
है ना? मैं कह रहा कहीं तो कहीं पड़ा हुआ होगा. Anyway, what happens? He says, Jatinam Jatajesam Abhito Brahma Nirvanam Vartate Viditatvanam. Absolute freedom or Brahmic bliss exists on all sides for those self-controlled ascetics who are free from desire and anger, who have controlled their thoughts and who have realized this self. Our point was, the doubt was, if you can control the thoughts, how can it serve all the purpose? Because thoughts are not one, it is many. One is related with the other, and it is a flow, and that flow is known as mind, just like Ganga. So, if the thought is controlled, that means you have seen Ganga means, how can I understand it? You have travelled and you have known everything all about Ganga from Mansarovar till Ganga Sagar Sangam. Then only I shall accept you know all about Ganga. This is how, if all the thoughts are controlled, so mind is automatically controlled. Mind has two kinds of qualities, main qualities, good and bad, of course. So, Daivi gunas and Asuri gunas, and Ganga also. Everywhere we have to see dualistic objects. Whatever you see, its opposite is with it. So good and bad. Wave means it is not a steady height or lowness. It has to rise up and come down. Then only it is called a wave. And when it comes down with force, it has to give rise the other surfacial water pulling up, pushing up. In this way, waves are created. Thought waves are also like that. Air waves also, water waves also, everywhere. Waves means this is the nature of the wave. So thoughts are also similarly high and low. Mountain means, come on, mountain means a high peak, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. There is no lowness, na? Is there any lowness?
No.
No. When you fall down from the peak, you will be there only, isn't it? You will not fall down, isn't it? Arey, Buddhuram, where there is height, there is lowness. If you have climbed 1,000 feet from the bottom of the hill, that means side by side you are creating 1,000 feet pit. It is natural. If you fall down, you will fall down only 1,000 feet. So that natural pit is already there. So when you say it is 2,000 feet high mountain, similarly you have to say it is 2,000 feet pit also. Heat means, come on, heat means cold. Isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. Window means
The window means
door.
door.
Boy means? Boy means?
Girl.
Child means?
Uh,
Old.
Means old.
Yes, thank you. Now you are, so you are a girl. फंस गए. Anyhow, so when he says thoughts are under control, that means the mind, intellect, thoughts are, when they are sharp and clear, they are called only intellect. It is nothing, something other than the thought waves. Superfine thoughts are known as intellect. Decisive thoughts are known as intellect. So, intellect also in the group of thoughts, and chitta also, ego also. Chitta will be very, very subtle, minute, microscopic thoughts. So that way, everything comes under the group of thoughts. So when you have controlled the thoughts, that is mind, intellect, ego, and chitta, everything is controlled. So you have to control the prana separately, isn't it? Come on, yes or no? Prana also same thing. Same thing. You know, what is this?
A tube light.
Light. Oh. And what is that?
This thing.
Fan?
Fan, yes.
Oh. The fan gives light, helps you to read, and light gives you little cold wind, isn't it?
No.
What are the work of, effect of these two? Are they same or different?
Different.
But the current is?
Same.
Similarly, our prana and mind, they are one and the same. They are called according to their actions, their activities. They are differentiated from each other, but the current is the same electricity. Understood?
Yes.
So prana also is controlled. Everything is controlled. That's how he emphasized on the thoughts. Who have controlled their thoughts? It is not one thought, it is all the whole total waves of thoughts. And who have realized this self, he has absolute freedom. He is free to do anything and everything. Such a person does nothing. If I drag you my side towards me, what will you? How do you understand it? What force is generated by this?
By someone on this side.
Yes, naturally.
Yes.
Two children, they catch up their hands and they fix their legs together and they go on rotating, isn't it?
Yes.
How do you understand it? What kinds of thoughts, force are generated? One is centerward and other is outerward.
Yes.
The outside force is known as centripetal, centrifugal, and inward force is known as centripetal. Two kinds of opposite forces are created. Similarly, here he says, when this state is achieved, you have got the full freedom and you can do anything and everything. That means also such a person does nothing. Because there is no need of doing anything. No need. Everything is at equilibrium state. No need of doing anything because the whole universe is he himself. So he becomes actionless and he has full freedom. That means he has bondage with the whole universe. Mamatma sarvabhutatma. Myself is the self of all beings. Those who renounce all actions and practice Sravana, hearing of the scriptures, Manana, reflection, and Nididhyasana, meditation. These three are the main steps, main phases of your practice. Who are established in Brahman or who are steadily devoted to the knowledge. Knowledge means the absolute oneness with the absolute of the self. Knowledge of the self. Attain liberation or moksha instantaneously. They are not there. It is not by sequence. Kaivalya moksha. He becomes one with it. Karma yoga leads to moksha step by step. Krama mukti. When you try to reach your terrace, how do you reach? You have to reach your terrace of the building step by step. Yes. You cannot reach all at once.
Yes.
But how can the bird reach how do they reach the terrace?
One at one.
So what happens for such a person? He instantaneously, instant copy. Instant copy. That is, what copy?
No, he don't have that.
Arey yaar. Nescafe. Just put it in a hot milk. It has become coffee now. Other coffee, you have to boil it for some time. You have to put it in the strainer for some time. Slowly it will come down as a decoction and the hard things will remain. And then by the time it becomes cold, so if you want to drink hot coffee, again you have to heat it and mix with sugar or no sugar or milk, etc. Then it becomes coffee. But instant coffee, now and here. In this way, you attain self-realization, you become one with the Absolute. Then not there, no time, no sequence, no one after the other, no krama mukti, no steps, nothing is there. First comes purification of the mind, then knowledge, then renunciation of all actions, and eventually moksha in the end. And here you are the goal itself. You are the goalkeeper. You are not center forward. You are standing at the goal. Do you play football?
Yes, sometimes.
Yes. The goalkeeper is always at the goal post. He has to try for nothing to reach the goal. But in the game, he has to reach the other goal post. That is goal post of same size, everything same. That is like you are dreaming to reach some place, some beautiful spot or some temple or something. But you are sleeping there only and you are dreaming to reach that spot. And in the dream you are trying your level best. You are starting from your home far away from the spot and you are trying hard and so much difficulty you are facing, and in the end, after 2-3 hours of dream, you reach the goal and then you enjoy it. Somebody comes and calls you. You got up, oh, I am at this spot. You are doing all sorts of all these labor. In the dream only it was not true. You are at the spot. Similarly, you are sleeping on the terrace in the summer days and you are dreaming, I have to reach the terrace soon and I have to play table tennis there. So this is the case with such great saints. They know they are not dreaming, they are aware. So, kama krodha vijuktanam yatinam jatajedasam abhito brahma nirvanam vartate viditatmanam. Whenever he knows the self and he is without any desires or krodha, anger, and who has controlled his self fully and who knows the absolute truth, renounced all the desires. Desires are burnt into ashes, Brahma Nirvanam, Vartate Viditatmanam. After knowing it perfectly well, absolutely experiencing it and becoming one with it, the ascetic enjoy the continuous bliss. कोई वार्निंग नहीं.
वो 5-6 बार कर दिया, आप देखा नहीं.
अच्छा, thank you. Thank you.
वो इंस्टेंट कॉफी की तरह इंस्टेंट फिनिश कर दीजिए.
Instant finish बस 27th tomorrow. Instant completion. Hari Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय। सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय। कृष्ण भगवान की जय। गीता माता की जय। हरि ओम।